opened 40 years ago as a Riverfront Coliseum. It's hosted 13 previous fight cards. We are set for the main event. Cincinnati's own Adrien, the problem Broner, against Khabib, the Hawk, Allakhverdiev.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to bring out our fighters for the main event of the evening. First, here is the former world champion from Russia. Please welcome to the ring, Khabib, Allakhverdiev.
32-year-old Khabib Allakhverdiev from Derbent, Dagestan, Russia, a part of the world known for its toughness. A lot of boxers, a lot of mixed martial artists come from the area. In fact, he was trained in Russia by none other than Roy Jones Jr. before finishing his camp in America under John David Jackson, the former junior middleweight and middleweight champion. He feels, well, he was robbed in his last fight, losing a controversial decision to Jesse Vargas for this very championship that he's vying for tonight. He did say that he blames himself for the loss against Vargas, felt he overtrained for that fight, feels he should have knocked Vargas out. He was supposed to get a rematch, Paulie, but it fell through. Talk a little bit more about Allakhverdiev and what we can expect from him tonight.
Well, as I said earlier in the show, it's not his first rodeo. It's not his first picnic. He's been in with some big names. Joan Guzman, obviously you mentioned Jesse Vargas. You know, he told us this has a big feel like the Joan Guzman fight where he comes in as an underdog against an undefeated former world champion. Well, Guzman was at least, not Broner, but at the same time, he's facing an ex-champion. He faced him in harsh territory where Guzman's territory was Florida, and he went in there and beat him. And he says he feels like this training camp and this fight has that same feel for him, and he's ready to pull off another upset. Hopes
to join the likes of Fedor Chudinov, Sergey Kovalev, Grigory Drozd, and Denis Lebedev as current Russian champions. He will challenge, of course, for the championship against Cincinnati's own Adrien Broner.
And now making his way to the ring, here is the former three-weight division champion of the world from Cincinnati, Adrien Broner.
Entertaining the audience and flanking Adrien, the problem Broner, making his way to the ring. You know, fall is upon us as the leaves begin to change colors. Broner hopes to stop his fall from grace. He says he's turned over a new leaf, Al. He says AB now stands for about boxing as he hits the reset button.
Well, obviously he hasn't lost his flamboyance, we can tell from that walk-in. But yeah, he believes he's focused more on the performance he's going to give in the ring. One sign is that he has gotten under 140 pounds for this fight. First time in a number of years he's done that.
Let's go to the tail of the tape.
And I referenced the weight for Adrien Broner, and it's very important because we talked about at the top of the show the fact that when he gets under 140 pounds, he is a more powerful puncher, he is a better fighter. He did not weigh in this evening, so we don't know about how much he's rehydrated and whether that weight loss is real or something that feels less than real.
And the key rules for this, the main event, only the referee can stop the fight. A fight is official after 4 rounds. We are set for the main event. Here once again is Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the U.S. Bank Arena here in Cincinnati, Ohio, for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Warriors Boxing, About Billions Promotions, and Showtime. Sponsored by Corona, La Cerveza Más Fina. This bout is sanctioned by the WBA, the President Gilberto Mendoza, Supervisor George Martinez, along with the Ohio State Athletic Commission. The Executive Director is Bernie Profato. Introducing our judges, scoring the bout from ringside. From Newark, New Jersey, Larry Hazard Jr. From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, George Hill. And from Muncie, Indiana, Gary Merritt. Introducing our referee in charge of this bout, the third man to the ring, Harvey Doc Jr. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant WBA Super Lightweight Championship of the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Cincinnati, Ohio, it's showtime! Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks, hailing from Derbent, Russia. He weighed in at 139 pounds and has a record of 19 wins, 1 loss, with 9 wins coming by way of knockout. In his 4th world title bout, please welcome the IBF number 5 ranked contender and the former WBA Super Lightweight Champion of the world, introducing Khabib, the Hawk Allakhverdiev. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with orange trim, fighting out of and representing his hometown of Cincinnati, Ohio. He weighed in at a trim and ready 138.5 pounds. His record stands at 30 wins, 2 losses, 1 no contest, with 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, seeking his 4th world title, he is currently ranked the WBA number 2 world contender. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former 3-weight division champion of the world, introducing Adrien, the Problem Broner. Once again, our referee in charge, now to give instructions, Harvey Doc Jr.
Take his word, Twin. Come on, gentlemen, let's go. Second time. Let's go. Everybody out.
Hold this, Mike. Hard work.
Hard work. There's no money for you. This city going on. You run, put the ring off. It's over. Let's go. Everybody out. Everybody out. Put the coach and the fighter. Let's go. The trunks are good. We went over the instructions earlier. Remember, obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to you.
Ohio Athletic Commission has assigned Harvey Doc Jr. the task of overseeing this scheduled 12-round bout at 140 pounds. Adrien Broner 6-1 in championship fights with 5 wins inside the distance. Khabib Allakhverdiev 2-1 in championship affairs with 1 win inside the distance. The bell and round 1. Broner sporting the colors of his hometown NFL Cincinnati Bengals. They're 3-0. He's 3-0 in this venue, while Allakhverdiev sports white trunks.
Allakhverdiev coming in off that 18-month layoff. We've alluded to it. It's important for him to, hopefully from his standpoint anyway, not have ring rust.
Last time fighters coming off losses contested for a championship was back in November 2010 when Carl Froch outpointed Arthur Abraham to win the vacant super middleweight championship in the Super 6. Before that, well, it'd been 75 years when Freddie Miller and Jose Girones battled in 1935 for a featherweight crown.
That's a long time. Even the Cubs, that's almost as long as the Cubs not winning the World Series.
1901?
You know, Allakhverdiev really wants to be busy in this fight, but so far he's gone a long way in round one and only thrown 4 punches. So
yeah, you can't just attack Adrien Broner that way,
no,
because he'll counter you. But right now, Broner's come up short with some check left hooks. Allakhverdiev has been jabbing mainly to the chest and stomach, but he's got a weird rhythm, and it's preventing Broner from being able to time him.
Yeah, that's true.
Allakhverdiev's got his little jittery half step, and he's mixing it with some jabs. Let's see how it plays out.
Of course, you can attack the WBA, who hands out titles like Costco hands out free samples out. A minute 30 left in the opening round. And a rather cautious start.
Allakhverdiev throwing that left hand, and he wants to throw it a lot, and then working downstairs as well.
Right hand to the body by the southpaw. As a pro, Broner has fought left-handers. Antonio DeMarco, who he dispatched in 8 rounds. Daniel Ponce de Leon, who he barely got past via decision. As well as Carlos Claudio and Roberto Acevedo. And really, Antonio DeMarco, the best of the fighters he defeated in terms of getting up there, because I know he beat our colleague Paulie Malignaggi, but that's debated to this day. And there's the overhand left by Allakhverdiev.
There's a check hook by Broner.
He's trying to land that punch on the counter right as well early in this fight. And both men normally throw in the range of 40-some punches around. They won't even make that in round one.
Well, of course, Broner coming off that ugly loss to Sean Porter, where he held and held and held some more, clowned around before landing a left hook in the 12th and final round. Promising to be more exciting, promising to be all about business in boxing here tonight. Allakhverdiev going on the attack.
Time!
And let's go to the keys to victory.
We will begin by looking at Adrien Broner's keys to victory. I think he needs to be a bit busier in this fight. They talked about the fact that they want to do that. Can't stay on the ropes, and he didn't do that in round one. He wants to be off those ropes. He did land some very nice right hands in the first round, and that's going to be a key to him. That and the check left hook that Paulie talked about. As for Allakhverdiev, the jab is important. He didn't use that punch that much in round one. Did move his head a bit and didn't get hit with that many counter punches. And he did start to punch in combination a little bit to the body and the head. Don't wait.
Seconds out.
Bell in round at number 2. Broner pawing away at the jab. Straight left to the sternum by Allakhverdiev.
Paulie made the good point that you can't just rush in against Broner, but you can feel right away the real estate is changing a bit. Allakhverdiev is getting closer.
He's getting closer, but he can't bank on landing the first 1 or 2 shots on Broner. You got to throw the combination and probably understand you're going to miss the first 1 or 2 shots, but put him in a position where you'll land the 3rd and 4th shots. And right now, Allakhverdiev is not doing that, so when he gets close, the only thing he's able to do is land to the body.
There's Broner on the ropes, where he has some issues and had issues against Marcos Maidana for sure.
There he fires off the jab, but we thought we'd see an uptick in output early, and that's not the case. As there's another jab that misses, right hand that misses by Broner. Allakhverdiev misses with the left.
Paulie made the good point that Broner gives you the body, and Paulie landed many body shots. Nice counter
right uppercut by Broner.
but you have to get credit for landing those body shots if you do land them.
And that's the thing about Allakhverdiev. If you throw only single shots at Broner, he's in position to counter them. If you start putting them together, the mistake Broner ends up doing is he locks his body up. He gets into that closed shell, and he's not able to punch off that. But right now, Allakhverdiev, though he's not getting countered every time, if you're going to throw 1 or 2 shots at a time, it's hard to put something together.
Another straight left hand to the body by Allakhverdiev, coming up on the final minute of the second round.
There's a tit-for-tat game. Broner will play that with you all day, and he's good at that. He's good at it.
This is the pace that Broner wants in this fight.
Yeah.
I mean, these are close rounds, clearly, and there's nice body work by Allakhverdiev.
But Broner rarely throws a combination. He does throw them at times, and they're flashy, but he likes to pot shot you and keep those single shots going. So if you're going to play that game with him, it's tough to beat him because he's very good at it.
Would you like to see him throw combinations, Paul?
Well, he does throw combinations. I mean, when he dropped Emmanuel Taylor last year, it was off a combination, but he throws them rarely.
Yeah.
He budgets them, right? This is mostly what he does. He mostly pot shots and throws little counters in there.
Nice right uppercut by Broner.
So it's up to Allakhverdiev to change the pace of the fight by putting shots together and not playing the same game Broner's playing.
Allakhverdiev has been successful in scoring to the body with that left hand, goes to the body again. Meanwhile, counter left hook and a right hand upstairs by Broner. There's Adrien the Problem, Broner's family, now the father of 6, saying he's become more focused. Instead of, wondering about his rap career, he wants to spend more time with his kids.
Look, you got to put them together, okay? All right, let's go. Come on, stay off them damn ropes. Okay? Stay off them ropes. That's where he wants you to be on the line at. Stay off them goddamn ropes, okay? Let's go. Come on. Put it together. Uppercut, come with the hook. Put your combination together. Let's go. All right?
Allakhverdiev did have a couple of moments where you see him pawing with the jab and is able to get the straight right hand in and then go downstairs. But Adrien Broner in the last round, using the uppercut very effectively on the inside. That's a punch that he has often used, and he was able to land some nice counter punches in the last round.
Round 3 underway here in Cincinnati, the home of Adrien the Problem Broner. He's fought in this city 13 times in this venue, now headlining for the 4th time, undefeated. Khabib Allakhverdiev, used to going into hostile territory, coming off a career-long layoff. Nice right hand by Allakhverdiev.
And there's Broner tying him up on the inside. Now against Sean Porter, many people are critical of Tony Weeks for not taking a point away until finally the 11th round. Broner will do that when he feels like he has an issue on the inside.
There's a good left hook by Broner following the range-finding jab. Picking off Allakhverdiev, coming forward, a minute gone in round 3.
See what Allakhverdiev is doing? He's trying to land the first and second shots. Those are the ones you don't need to land. Those are the ones you got to throw so that Broner goes defensive and you can set him up for the 3rd and 4th. Allakhverdiev gets really close and then wants to land that first and second shot. It's going to be very difficult to do that.
If you look at the total power punches so far in this fight, Allakhverdiev has been busier, of course, but Broner landing approximately the same percentage, and a lot of those are body shots by Allakhverdiev. In fact, Broner hasn't landed one body shot yet according to show stats.
There's a right hand by Broner, misses with the other, just misses with the left hook, and Allakhverdiev comes back.
I want tonight's CompuBox guy to press the buttons when I fought Broner on 2 years ago. He's giving credit for the body shots.
So a minute left in the 3rd round, Paul.
I think they gave you body shot credits. I think 2 of the judges didn't, that's for sure.
There's a nice jab from Broner. What do they say about sleeping dogs, Mr. Malinowski? 40 seconds left in the 3rd.
Well, right now, Allakhverdiev has to not let the sleeping dog lie. Right now he's allowing Broner to just fight at his pace. And this pot shot game, Broner will play with you for 20 rounds if you want to go at it.
There's a right uppercut on the break by Broner, backing up. The southpaw Allakhverdiev going over the top with a right.
There it goes.
You know,
now the right hook.
The right hook is going to end up being an important weapon in this fight.
And not just that, you're coming back with the right hook. That means you come back with a third shot. Because you're throwing 1-2 and stopping. There, he came back with the right hook. He came back with 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, not a bad round for Khabib Allakhverdiev as we go to round 4.
You see what happens when he brings a third shot, a fourth shot? It starts to become a bit more of an effective combination.
When he gets inside, the work is good. You have to keep working, going to the body. When he gets closer, let his hands go. He's hitting him. We got to keep banging weighing. Don't just walk in.
John David Jackson there talking through an interpreter to Allakhverdiev. And Allakhverdiev in the last round, which ended up being a pretty good round for him, unleashing that right hook. Now, he's trying to work the body there, and then trying for another right hook, but Broner was able to land the straight right hand, and that's a punch. I mentioned that in the keys. It's a punch that clearly is going to be an important weapon for him during the course of this fight.
Well, you see what he did. He landed a nice hook. Instead of following with a combination, he looked to load up the next shot, one single shot. You got Broner to go defensive right off that nice hook. Throw a combination from there.
We're into round 4 of this scheduled 12-round bout for a certain trinket at 140 pounds. Nice counter, another fast right hand by Broner, much to the delight of his partisan crowd here in his hometown of Cincinnati.
You know, Allakhverdiev, here's the important point. He said he wanted to be busy, but really at the end of the day, he throws only a couple of more punches normally per round than Broner does. He's the one that had to change and be more aggressive in terms of his numbers. So far in this fight, he's only throwing a few more punches than Broner per round.
Well, Trainer Jackson talking about that, putting pressure on Broner after studying, of course, the fights that he fought against Maidana and Porter. They both put pressure on AB, but then again, Maidana and Porter, 2 of the best at 147 pounds, and here Allakhverdiev against Broner at 140.
I'll tell you, if this fight continues at this pace, Allakhverdiev's going to lose every round. He's going to feel like he didn't even get into a fight. But at the end of the day, it's just not effective what he's doing.
Yeah, and I mean, I think, like, I thought the third round was a pretty good round for him, and he might have edged it. But yeah, in general,
but it was only working the last 20 seconds.
Oh,
he's got to be consistent.
Stinging counter right hand by Broner.
And another thing, if you're going to play this game with Broner, you got to counter him then. Right. Oh, nice shot.
That one off the shoulder. Broner utilizing, of course, that Mayweather-esque shoulder roll. A lot of people wish he wouldn't. He'd go back to his speed and just use his power, especially here at the lower weight.
And here's another thing. Again, you saw Allakhverdiev, when he adds a third shot to the combination, Broner goes defensive. It's about getting to that third and fourth punch in the combination.
There's a cuffing left hook by Broner.
Nice left hand by Allakhverdiev as well.
Oh, another. Just a piston-like right hand from Broner.
Broner's had 6 straight distance fights, and those are the fights in which he's moved up in weight class. Most of his power was at 130, 135. See if he has the ability to hurt Allakhverdiev.
Yeah, prior to that, he won 6 straight and 16 of 17 by knockout at the lower weights.
Yep.
15 seconds left in the 4th. Another stinging right hand by Broner. Allakhverdiev missing with those punches as Broner slips and slides and rolls out of the way.
Let me tell you something, son. Keep it in the bank with the right hand. Lean. Break his finger and throw it. You know what I'm saying? Give me that water.
Give me one more.
Keep it in it.
One more.
You better start turning it up.
One more.
Down. Hey, lean in it. You know what I'm saying? is extraordinary. So what you got to do is keep the straight right hand and throw the uppercut, okay? You know what I'm saying? And shorten the hook up just a little bit.
Adrien Broner relies on his right hand. That's a miss by Allakhverdiev, and the right uppercut coming from Broner. It's a very good weapon for him, has always been, and then there's the other kind of right hand that he lands often, which is the straight right. And of course, against the southpaw, he's attacking and not moving his head, which Allakhverdiev has not been doing much in this fight. That right hand will get there for Broner. And it's about Allakhverdiev changing the dynamic.
We begin round 5, scheduled for 12. Broner in the colors of his hometown Cincinnati Bengals, undefeated. Play Kansas City tomorrow. Khabib Allakhverdiev in the white. Now going to the body. Counter shots though from Broner. That right hand continues to find its target.
In most fights, round 4 is where Adrien Broner starts to pick up the pace, and he did in the last round, landing very effectively with a lot of punches and landing 17 of the punches he threw.
Another quick right hand that finds its target.
You can tell by his body language, he's getting more and more comfortable. You know, he's look like he's having fun in there.
Meets Allakhverdiev with a right hand, and again just rolling with these punches by Allakhverdiev. Ineffective in his attack.
But he's got to still remain busy, because again, even if you miss, what happens when you reach the 3rd and 4th punch against Broner, he goes defensive, so nothing's going to come back at you.
Yeah, exactly.
But Broner doing a good job of blocking the majority of those shots, but the left hand did sneak in for Allakhverdiev, and now going upstairs.
But again, if you don't return fire, you can't win the round. And that's how you can kind of steal these rounds from Broner. He doesn't return fire when you throw a combination.
And just by being busy, Allakhverdiev was able to land those left hands.
And yet Broner, when he does fire, lands. Although he's being admonished for, you know, bending the rules with the elbows and leaning down and then firing off a right uppercut.
Now, Broner is allowing Allakhverdiev to get him on the ropes more often now, and that's not to Broner's benefit.
Although he doesn't seem too bothered. I know what you mean now, but he seems to be, you're right, hasn't paid the price yet.
A little bit, but it gives Allakhverdiev at least a shot at landing something.
Another counter right hand, so one-shotting Broner, and there's another right cross under a minute left in the 5th.
You can see the difference in effectiveness. When Allakhverdiev traps Broner and throws a combination, he's more effective. When Allakhverdiev traps Broner and throws a single shot or doesn't throw at all, it's Broner who's effective. Don't get me wrong, sometimes Broner can mesmerize you with these different looks he gives you. He gives you that rhythm. You just got to not fall into that trap. Easier said than done, obviously. Yeah. But again, it's about having that mental concentration.
Jab, right uppercut by Broner. Crowd enjoyed that sequence. Allakhverdiev standing right in front of him, fading with a jab, but there's another right hand lead by Broner. Then he eats a short right from Allakhverdiev, now working the body. Final seconds of the 5th. Good counter right and then a left from Adrien Broner. So Broner coming off a loss to Sean Porter at 147 pounds. And Porter taking to Instagram to wish his fellow Ohio native well. The Battle of Ohio that took place in Las Vegas. And of course, for Broner, that performance as ugly as one of Herb Tarlick's suits. Al, we had to have the requisite WKRP in Cincinnati reference.
A Herb Tarlick reference here in Cincinnati, yeah. Where's Lonnie Anderson when we need her?
Okay.
No, you're talking.
You come in, I want you to keep it in the center ring, do your thing. Let's go. Let's go, champ. Don't get him on the rope, though. I'll start fucking him up in a minute. Go. You fucking him up, all right, but peace. Okay.
The rest are watching the UFC.
Round 6 underway. We've been, of course, unable to pick up what's going on in the corner of Khabib Allakhverdiev, but Paulie, as a guy who's faced Adrien Broner, watching what is unfolding, any advice you give the Russian?
He does some decent things in spots, but he just doesn't do them consistently, and part of that is because Broner is actually, a very good fighter. But at the end of the day, like I said at the end of the last round, it's about having that mental concentration and forcing a certain pace. When you throw combinations, you force Broner to go defensive. Not only do you force him to go defensive, you're also forcing a pace that makes Adrien uncomfortable. But you have to have that decision maker in your brain to say, okay, once I've done the hard work, that's to trap him. The easy work is not to move my hands. Sometimes Allakhverdiev does the hard work. He finally traps Broner, then he doesn't move his hands.
Broner almost seemingly putting himself in that corner. There, eats a short left, but again, trying to do an imitation of the recently retired Floyd Mayweather, and a lot of pundits and fans saying that's, he was the self-proclaimed heir to Floyd Mayweather. He has to focus on just being himself.
Don't push you off with that elbow.
Allakhverdiev is smothering his own punches in a lot of cases. Now the right hook lands again there. If he's going to be effective in this fight, I think he's going to have to double up with that right hook a lot. There it is to the body. Should have come with it to the head. He's capable of that.
A minute and a half left in the sixth. Jab through the guard by the southpaw. Allakhverdiev goes to the body with the right, but Broner busy countering up top. Now Broner picking up the pace in terms of output. They're both exchanging here.
This has been creating a fun round because he's forcing Broner to fight. Broner is fighting, and they're both landing some good punches.
Nice body shots by Broner.
Yep, and then tags him upstairs with the left hand. A minute left, some sustained action. Nice right hand, another right by Broner.
That's the thing. If you're gonna stay in range of Broner, either you get off or you step back out of range. Do not stand in front of Broner and not get off, because he'll start to pot shot you.
And Broner now has the action in the center of the ring where he would like it.
And Allakhverdiev wearing the vestiges of this battle thus far, face beginning to swell up. He is content to sit in front of Adrien Broner.
And the Allakhverdiev jab, which I put in the keys, has not been a punch he has used a lot in this fight.
And Allakhverdiev has never been down, nicknamed the Hawk. Fans in Cincinnati know all about the Hawk. Aaron Pryor considered one of the very best in this weight class.
He was a great champion.
There's a right hand from Broner.
This round has been fun to watch.
Yep, action-packed round 6. The fans in Cincy enjoying every second of it. Good stuff. And a peek at Adrien Broner's family, enjoying that last 3 minutes, and a lot of the crowd even on their feet after those fistic fireworks.
When you punch, you can't wait. Move your head.
We're good. We're good.
In what was certainly the most entertaining round of this fight in round 6, there would be a firefight breaking out, and both men throwing and landing big shots. The uppercut, a huge weapon for Broner, but Allakhverdiev landing his share of shots as well in the inside. Some of those were arm punches by Allakhverdiev, but he did land them. And then later on, Broner coming forward, landing the big straight right hand and landing some very nice shots.
So the action heating up as we head into the second half of this scheduled 12-round battle at 140 pounds. Adrien the Problem Broner against Khabib Allakhverdiev. Mauro Ranallo, Al Bernstein, Paulie Malignaggi at ringside, joined by Brian Custer, Jim Gray, and our entire Showtime Sports crew.
Against Jesse Vargas in that fight that he lost a very close decision, Allakhverdiev was able to get the straight left hand in, has not been able to land that punch much at all tonight against Adrien Broner.
And now it's Broner that has Allakhverdiev along the ropes before he pivots away and eats that left hook.
And Broner been busier with the jab. Also, something to note in the last round, he landed some pretty good body shots. And they may have slowed down Allakhverdiev.
It's a good point. First time he really went to the body.
And at the midpoint of the fight, let's bring in our unofficial scorer, Steve Farley.
Mo, 5 rounds to 1 for Broner. The right uppercut is clearly the best punch in this fight. I have him controlling the bout.
Also, the mental aspect of the fight. It's not Broner walking down Allakhverdiev. And Allakhverdiev is not a guy that's going to sit on the outside and outbox Broner. So, mentally, from a psychological standpoint, Allakhverdiev right now is not in a good position.
And Broner on the attack, measuring, picking off Allakhverdiev. Not respecting his power, dropping his hand, of course, with that shoulder roll. Midway point of round 7. Again, Adrien Broner winning 3 championships in 3 different weight classes at the age of 23, now at 26. Vying for a, well, 4th title in a 4th weight class, you know, whatever that is worth.
Yeah, part of the reason the right hook for Allakhverdiev has been a decent punch, he's actually a natural right-hander, but was switched to lefty by his trainer for 3 years, made him be a left-hander. But we haven't seen that hook. I think that hook's an important punch for him, and if he's going to have any chance of climbing back into this fight, he needs to double up with that punch.
He's also got to throw combinations, guys. If you can't throw these single shots, it's a nice shot, and then the hook is important. And now you just saw it there, Al.
But he should be doubling it to the body and the head.
There's the right hooks to the body by Allakhverdiev, but Broner busier with the jab.
And also use the left hand. Don't combine, use the left hand to set up the hook.
Absolutely. Yes, precisely.
Be creative in the ways you're going to set up your hook and set your traps for it.
There was a short left hand a moment ago.
So the jab, Broner's most effective weapon in round 7. Allakhverdiev going to the body. We're through 7 rounds in Cincinnati.
Hey, I told you he ain't nothing but a one-hand fighter. Don't let him hit you with that fucking slow-ass left hand no damn more. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, where the bucket at? Right here. All right, spit out, spit out, spit out. Relax, relax. Just relax, just relax.
Let your hands go.